The copy beside this video tells a kind of non-story. The national media is trying to cover news that Mel Watt, the new regulator of Fannie and Freddie, has asked them to ease credit. And there's not much easing. Don't believe what you read, except next to this. And parallel stories involving easing of Dodd-Frank standards. And there's not much to that story either, and yet there's a backstory, and it's an important one, and it's next door. Also next door are some important charts. Markets got quiet this week, as they often do. After a couple of weeks of hysterics, they all just pass out in the alley for a while and then drag themselves out for more activity later. And we're likely to stay quiet into and through next week, and then big first week of the month data will appear in the first week of November. And the interest rate story is, as it's been, the markets are waiting to see what happens in Europe and secondarily in China. And it will take very strong U.S. activity to overcome the weakness that's in Europe. If U.S. economic activity is just middling, interest rates are probably tilted downward. Not fast, not a lot, but tilted downward. It will take a rocket in the U.S. economy to offset that pattern. If we get weakness developing here, a strong decline in inflation numbers, which is probably baked in the cake, but weakness in the economy itself here, which is the only locomotive in the world, then mortgage rates could do something dramatic, could test the lows of 18 months ago down into the mid-threes. But I wouldn't wait. If you have business to do it. In the interim, the laws of refinancing are, if you find a deal that will pay your closing costs back in a year, just do it. If you want to predict the future, want to trade bonds in the bond market, by all means do that. But if you want to refinance a house, just take any deal that works. There's nothing on the horizon, especially in my market area, and in most of the strong ones, that would be a reason not to buy a house. There's no cloud on our horizon like that. In the meantime, though, just likely to be peaceful for the next 10 days or so. Good weekend.